Hey everyone, welcome to another episode. I'm Will Hubner here with Mark Mashashik. It's baseball season, so we're definitely going to be talking about spring training, baseball, big trades that happened.
I wouldn't call it baseball season, but it's certainly not football season anymore. So we've got to talk about something.
Yep. Well, we'll talk a little bit about XFL as well. So talking about football there.
Football's not done.
We'll get through some NBA All-Star rosters have been picked by Lebron and Giannis. We'll see who gets the better deal there. NBA trades and who are the contenders are.
Okay.
Going forward. So let's start with the kind of the news everybody's been talking about. Mookie gets traded from the Red Sox. That's huge. Arguably a top 5 player in the league. Maybe even top. People could argue he's the best player in the league.
5 tools. He does it all.
So here's what the final verdict was. So the Dodgers are getting Mookie Betts, David Price. They're getting cash from the Red Sox, and they're also getting prospect Buster Graterol and a 2020 competitive round B draft pick from the Twins. In return, the Red Sox get Alex Verdugo, Jeter Downs, Connor Wong. So 2 prospects. Alex Verdugo is in the he played for the Dodgers last year, had an oblique strain. And then the Twins are getting Kenta Mata from the Dodgers. So, Mark, you're a Red Sox fan. What's just overall, you heard the trade, Mookie's gone. What's your reaction?
Yeah, we're all sad because he's such a fan favorite. We love Mookie, and I'll still root for him forever. But it's a relief. I think it's good news. It's the best that we could have hoped for. Really excited to see where the team's going. Unfortunately, it's not with all of our favorite player. But, excited that we found the trade that worked for us, and that was unloading the price deal. So to not have the price deal on our books, it opens up a lot of cap for us to spend on players that are going to make this team good again. And we weren't going to be able to pay Mookie and to find money for all the other pieces that are involved to build the championship team. So I think we saved a whole boatload of money to spend on building of the championship. And I can relate it to another situation where, to the young fans listening out there who are their favorite player just got traded and they're upset. This happened to me in 2001 when they traded Nomar. And the fruits of that bred our first World Series. So sad to see Mookie go. Give you full salute. You'll always be a Red Sox in our heart, but I think I see the positives to what the management is doing here, and I think they're making the right moves. I trust Red Sox management.
So does any of this have to do with the Yankees having just a powerful lineup, and the Red Sox don't think they can quite contend this year?
No. Oh, you're saying like we were going to lose anyway, even with Mookie and Price. So
correct, yes.
Build for the future. Sure, in a roundabout way that like we just weren't going to sign Mookie beyond this year. So get whatever you can from him. And what we got from it, I don't know much about these young guys we got from the Dodgers. I hear really good things. To me, that's just a throw-in. To unload the Price contract, knowing you're not going to be able to pay Mookie, it's just like a nice – that's been the stress. The Price contract was the Chris Davis contract for the Red Sox. What would you do to unload that contract? Wouldn't you feel so relieved if you could do that?
Well, we were trying to get rid of Manny.
And him.
Yeah, right. And they couldn't pull it off.
Yeah, Manny doesn't have Mookie's talent, and Baltimore's management doesn't have the Red Sox kind of swing and vibe to get these deals swinging and vibing.
Well, it'll be interesting because a lot of people were saying, well, the Dodgers are taking this, not so much a big risk, but they're giving up a lot for a guy who's on his last year of his contract. But the Dodgers tend to be one of the top teams that could get Mookie next year anyway with the long contract.
I don't think you do this deal if they don't expect it.
They said the same thing about Manny. Oh, Dodgers is a top place where Manny's going to go. He ends up going to the Padres. I wonder if it ends up kind of screwing him over.
What did they give for Manny, though? They didn't give it. They give it a lot?
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember it.
They gave up a lot of their prospects.
At least this one's for a full season, not a third of a season.
I think the Orioles got 3 of their top 50 prospects.
Well, for me, the biggest part of this is just unloading Price as one of the higher paid pitchers who's an average pitcher at best right now in his career.
But could this be a potential change of scenery and David Price turns back to the old David Price? Kind of like Verlander did when he went to the Astros?
I don't like to say anything. No. I think Price is Price.
Okay.
I think we were seeing this before Price left, too. He's just not – I think there are injuries. I think there are ticky-tack things with him. Relief, yes. Rebuild Red Sox.
Well, if we talk about the Dodgers –
and we're not done for this year, though, by the way. I'm not saying we're quitting on the season.
Sox?
Oh, yeah, we're still coming around. There's still moves to be made. There's a whole trade season to go through. I'm not saying we're done. I'm just saying it's relieving going into the future knowing we've got money that we can spend and we're not paying David Price until he's 39 years old. This is the best scenario for that we could get out of this deal. Happy.
Yeah. I don't know. Connor Wong seems like a promising catcher coming up, batting .350 last year in the minors.
Yeah, and you're saying that this is the guy that the Red Sox got in this deal.
Correct,
from the
yes.
Dodgers. Okay, we'll take that.
And then Alex Verdugo had a pretty good year prior to his oblique strain last year. I think he ended up with 14 home runs, but only played like
Get him to Boston. Get him healthy.
games.
Put some clam chowder in that guy. He'll be fine.
So what's happening instantly is now the Dodgers are becoming the favorites to win it all next year,
Yeah.
based on sports books. It was the Yankees before. Now it's kind of turning towards the Dodgers.
Yeah. I'll say it as a Red Sox fan. We'd always rather see the Yankees lose than the Red Sox win. So that's all they're doing. They're just stacking up their World Series opponent for them.
One thing the Dodgers lost a little bit in this offseason is pitching. So Mata going to the Twins.
It's a good player.
Good player. They're losing, I believe it was 18 starts with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're also, 26 starts. And then they're also losing Ryu, who was one of the top pitchers last year, ERA sub-2.
Where's Ryu going?
He's on the Blue Jays now.
Okay.
The Blue Jays have a lot of young talent. They need pitching. That's a good pickup for them. But they've lost about 55 starts from last year. They're picking up David Price, which, as you're saying, might be a little bit washed up at this point in his career.
Not washed up, but he's not elite anymore. He seems average.
Yeah. So they're still lacking some pitching. They've got Dustin May came up last year. Remember the kind of redhead, curly hair, carrot top looking guy? He was their top prospect, came up in the postseason, pitched really well.
Ginger guard.
Yeah, Ginger guard. So he'll take up a lot of the slack in terms of getting him some starts. But the Dodgers still lacking pitching. But that outfield, I mean, Bellinger, Betts now.
Where are they is Betts going to play?
I think they're putting him at center. And then Jock Peterson.
Will move to right?
Well, Peterson was originally going to be traded.
Mm-hmm.
And then that one failed due to a physical. So now Jock Peterson, could you imagine being a player, get traded, and then it falls through, and now you're stuck on the Dodgers.
Who didn't want you?
The Dodgers.
Yeah, I know. Happens all the time.
So I'm guessing they're going to get rid of him. I don't think you need to, though. Peterson's great.
Yeah.
Why would you not want him?
I think most teams would love to have 4 outfielders too. You know, it's helpful.
Yeah. Let's talk about one of the guys in that trade, Buster Graterol. So he was a prospect. He actually came up last year and was throwing 100 miles per hour.
Yes.
And making it look pretty easy. I mean, we were looking at some of his pitching mechanics.
We're like, oh, this is off speed.
Yeah, and it ends up being 100 miles per hour. So when we broke down the pitching mechanics with him, a lot of what we're looking for is when that front foot lands, what position is that shoulder, the throwing shoulder in? And he is in a good amount of internal rotation.
Yeah, not good.
Not good, and that we've shown that has puts a lot of stress on the shoulder and also the elbow. He had Tommy John surgery 2 years ago, and I think that's why originally the Red Sox said we're not interested in him.
Initially, the trade was for Graterol, and they denied it. I think they saw these pitching mechanics. They thought the clam chowder wouldn't be enough to fix that elbow.
But it's just tough. I mean, somebody that's throwing 100 miles per hour, and you saw his off-speed pitch was pretty filthy too. It's tough. I mean, all those guys that are throwing 100 miles per hour are probably going to get hurt at some point.
Yep.
It's just a matter of maybe they saw something else in the physical or something that said this guy's going to get hurt.
I think they just watched what we watched. He's in internal rotation when he's landing against the fence.
Yeah, but if we said that, then, Walker Buehler's not going to get a long-term deal because he does the same thing, So it's just a matter of what teams are willing to do and take a risk on. I'm not sure why they didn't want to go with Graterol. From our perspective, I can see it, but if you're an owner and you're saying this guy's throwing 100 and has a nasty breaking ball, let's pick him up for a couple of years, see what we can get out of him.
They trust their medical staff. These are huge investments. You have to trust your medical staff. The medical staff says no, you say no.
Yeah.
Or what are you paying these people for? Come on. Come on.
Okay. I think we're on the same side. I think the owner's perspective is a little bit different about.
Come on.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to so last week we said we were going to do the greatest right-handed hitters of all time.
That's right.
We lied. We didn't do it.
Right. We got busy.
Completely forgot. Yeah. So we'll do it this week.
It's a good segue here. Mookie Betts is a great right-handed hitter.
He is. He didn't make the cut for us.
Well, I think that someday we could be talking about him in the cup, but we're not using not the modern players.
Okay.
So who you got? This all stems from a controversy. Some people give me a flack for a couple of weeks ago for me saying that Manny Ramirez was the greatest. That Manny Ramirez was the greatest right-handed hitter of all time. I caught some flack for that, and I will retreat slightly, and I will admit, all time, I'm gonna go Hammer and Hank, Willie Mays, Manny Ramirez.
Okay, so we're getting rid of Hank and Mays.
Okay, so we're gonna say of Manny's era then.
Of like the last 50 years.
Yeah, so it's hard for me because I really think Pujols. I go off if I'm on the mound and I'm staring down the pike. Who am I the most afraid of? And Pujols and Manny are right there for me. I'll say I'm a homer, and I've been saying Manny. Pujols is probably the greatest hitter of the. What do you call it? Is this a 20 like the 21st century?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you basically got four guys.
Break down your four of the best hitters of the 21st century. I want to say scariest hitters if you're a pitcher. Can we say that? The scariest right-handers you got to face if you're a pitcher.
Okay.
Who you got?
Well, top four, I think the four people in the mix, we got Manny Ramirez, like you said, Albert Pujols, like you said, Miggy Cabrera's got to be in there, and Alex Rodriguez got to be in there. So I found this cool stat, and so it's for multiple seasons or their entire career. So we're looking at players from 1961 to 2016, and it's looking at only right-handed hitters. So in order to qualify for this list, you have to have an on-base plus your slugging percentage has to be greater than 880. You have to have more than 400 home runs, more than 500 doubles, slugging percentage greater than 500, and at least 6,000 plate appearances. And these four guys were the only ones on it. So if you look at just on-base percentage plus slugging percentage, Manny Ramirez tops the list.
Yeah.
If you start looking at other things, you start looking at home runs, A-Rod's got 695 compared to Manny Ramirez that's 555. But A-Rod also played 22 years.
It's a long time.
Right. Manny played 18. Miggy Cabrera at this time only played 13 seasons. So some of these numbers are a little bit tough just because Alex Rodriguez played for so long.
Dude, I'm just going. I know you're the stat guy, but like you're on the mound, you got to face these four guys. Who are you most afraid of?
A-Rod. For me, it's A-Rod. Because there's nothing you can do. You throw him an off-speed pitch, he's going to rip it for a double. You throw him anywhere, middle, inside, it's gone. He could take an outside pitch out of the park too, but I think he's most dangerous because he's not going to chase. He's going to take what you give to him. Whereas Manny Ramirez, I think, is going to try to pull a homer every time.
Whereas if it's outside of the strike zone altogether, we have to add a fifth guy to the list and say, where's Vladimir Guerrero?
Do we want to talk about the ballpark that Manny Ramirez plays in? What is it, 318 out there to left? All he's got to do is hit a moonshot up in the air, and that ball's gone.
Your numbers are off. That's 330.
What's the monster?
330 down the line. And you're not going to factor in that you're going up 40 feet.
Learned how to play. You hit a high pop-up. It's out in most ballparks, and then in his ballpark, it's gone.
Try to hit it to center field. You got a 25-foot wall that's 420. All ballparks are different.
Yeah. I'm saying I think it's a
right field in Fenway is 3. Oh, right field is 319. But you got to hook it in there. That's Pesky's pole, man. You got to hook one.
Maybe Detroit's a tough ballpark.
No.
Yeah.
No. It's definitely easier to hit home runs in Yankee Stadium now than it is in Fenway, for sure. I don't know what the exact numbers are, but the way the parks are built, Yankee Stadium's a bigger home run park than Fenway is.
Yeah. So I'll go A-Rod. You go Manny.
I go Manny. Well, so if you're asking me on pure hitting, Pujols is a more deserving Hall of Famer, better hitter. But I'm more afraid of Manny. As a Red Sox fan, when he's up there and his right arm is up and he's got that big wad of tobacco on his cheek, like I just know he's going to rip it. And then the second part of this was most aesthetic swing for a right-handed hitter. That's Manny, and no one's close. Manny is the right-handed Ken Griffey Jr. for aesthetics of swing. If you don't know what I'm talking about, YouTube Manny Ramirez swing and watch how smooth that and long that swing is. It wins. No argument there, right?
I don't think it's worth arguing with you. Anytime we bring a conversation, it tends to be a Red Sox or Patriots. There's no point arguing with you, Mark. We just agree to disagree on certain things.
Do we agree to disagree on this?
We agree to disagree.
Well, give me a name. Who's prettier at swinging than Manny?
I think Pujols has a very good swing.
No, it's short. It ends too early.
A-Rod has a great swing.
No, it's clunky.
Yeah, they're very subjective. What you're talking about here, Mark.
No, it's like it's objective as a dog show.
All right, I can say as an Orioles fan, I was not a big fan of Manny Ramirez's swing.
Wait, yeah, you shouldn't.
Or A-Rod's.
Nobody likes A-Rod. Why are you rooting for A-Rod?
Nobody likes A-Rod.
Nobody likes him. Nobody likes that guy.
J-Lo likes A-Rod.
I don't even know if she does. I don't know what's up. I don't know what's up with that.
All right. Well, moving on, let's go to NBA. All-star rosters have been completed. Well, first off, what do you think? I think this is the second year that they've done the team captains and drafting of it. You like that? Is that entertaining for you? Do you tune in and watch that?
I don't know that it's on. I feel like that's with a lot of sports things like that. I don't know. I would probably watch it if it was quick enough, yeah. Well, now that I see the results, I probably wouldn't care to. But maybe if someone besides Giannis was a captain, I would actually care to tune in.
Why? You don't like him?
I think the team he drafted is terrible.
So he got Joel Embiid, Pascal Siakam, Kemba Walker, Trae Young. So that's their starting lineup.
Yeah.
Chris Middleton, Bam Adebayo, Rudy Gobert, Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry, Brandon Ingram, Donovan Mitchell. So if there's anybody that's exciting to watch on this game, on that team is probably Giannis, Kemba, Trae Young.
Look, can I break this down? So which team do you think is better?
Team LeBron.
By how much?
30 points.
But percentage. How many picks do you think, would you guess, without looking at, how many picks do you think Giannis won? Without staring too long, come on.
Maybe 3 to 4.
Okay, let me break this down. Tell me which player you'd rather have. I'm going to go down the picks.
Okay.
First pick, Davis or Embiid?
Yeah, I'll go Anthony Davis.
So LeBron wins. Kawhi or Pascal Siakam?
Kawhi.
LeBron wins. Luka or
But if you're looking at just stats this year, you'd have to go Siakam. But who's the better player? Kawhi Leonard.
Luka or Kemba?
Not a huge Luka fan, but I'll go Luka.
Okay, LeBron wins. James Harden or Trae Young?
That's an interesting one. Who's the better player? It's James Harden right now.
Yeah, so LeBron won all 5 starters. Let's go to the bench. Chris Middleton or Damian Lillard?
They're a good Middleton there.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
I'll go. You'll give that one to Giannis, and I'll go Lillard. Bam Adebayo or Ben Simmons?
Adebayo.
How do you take Bam with the second pick?
I would go Ben Simmons.
Yeah. Jokic or Gobert? It's close, but Jokic's
That's
so
tough one,
good.
yeah.
Yeah. So LeBron wins again. Jason Tatum or Jimmy Butler?
I'll go Butler there.
I'll go Butler there. That's my one I'm giving to Giannis. Chris Paul or Kyle Lowry?
I will.
It's Chris Paul. LeBron wins again. Westbrook or Ingram?
I'll go Westbrook.
Westbrook he wins again. Donovan Mitchell or DeMontis or Sabonis?
That one's a clear one for Mitchell.
Yes. So he won the last pick and he won Butler. Why can't he
Who do
draft?
you go with LeBron or Giannis? Who's better between LeBron and Giannis in that matchup?
It's a push. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a push. I'd rather have LeBron.
All right. So you're saying the team LeBron wins?
I'm saying it's a clearly better drafted team. I hope they can. And did you also notice that it's just East versus West?
Is that true?
Yeah. Giannis drafted the East. Ben Simmons is on the West. That's the only mistake in there, I think.
Interesting. Yeah. I don't know. I think the game will be a fun one to watch. Will I watch? I don't know.
I won't.
I still think the NBA All-Star game is just
boring
doesn't do it
basketball.
for me. Yeah,
because they don't play basketball.
I like the skills challenge they do with the point guards.
They added the 3-point contest this year. Did you see that?
Did they not do it last year?
Well, they added to it this year. They changed the rules.
Okay, what are they doing?
There's a new shot from somewhere around half court. You get 2 of them, and they're both worth 3.
Okay, I like that.
I like it too. I think that's good.
Can we get like Steph Curry in there? Can we get like legitimate 3-point shooters in there?
Who's doing it? Do you know?
Well, I mean, Steph's hurt, Clay's hurt.
Hmm.
We should bring back 3-point. It's not something like you need to be an extremely young guy to do. I want to see Ray Allen in there. I want to see
Larry Bird.
Yes,
Reggie Miller.
That I would tune in to see that.
I would watch that.
Get Del Curry.
Del Curry, Michael Jordan, Jerry West.
That'd be great. But you could do old versus new, and you kind of combine things. Get like Reddick, Clay, assuming they were healthy. Get the young guys, put them versus the veterans. That would be fun to watch.
I'm in.
You don't want Ray Allen.
Yeah,
I could watch him shoot all day.
All day. It's like watching Manny Ramirez swing a baseball bat, for God's sakes.
All right, you wanted to go over dunk contest.
I'm not interested.
Lord, yeah. Dwight Howard's in it.
The last time he was in it, that was cool.
Yeah, the dunk contest, you don't want the veterans in anymore.
I was in like undergraduate college the last time he was in it.
He did
That had to be, 15 years ago?
He dunked on a 12-foot rim, I believe.
That was like
He had a
15 years
Superman
ago.
game. Yeah.
It was awesome. He didn't even dunk it. He threw it into the hoop from above the rim. That's what he did.
There is one guy that I'm excited to watch in that one.
Who is it?
What's his name?
I'm stalling. Who we watching in this one that you're pumped for?
I'll think of it. Let's move on.
Okay, we'll come back to it. So NBA trades. We've got some trades at the deadline here.
Okay.
What do you think? Did anyone get very helped by him?
Derek Jones Jr. If you haven't seen him, he's on the Heat. Stats-wise, he's not like an amazing player that I know of, but he can dunk like crazy.
Where's he out of? Why don't I know Derek Jones?
Derek Jones Jr. So he plays on the Heat. He's actually just became in the starting lineup. Where did he go to school? He went to school. I don't know. That's an interesting one.
He sounds like
a boxer. Derek Jones.
Yeah, it does sound like a boxer. Roy Jones Jr. I mean.
UNLV. That's why we haven't heard of him.
Right. Vegas boy. But on to trades. Clippers added Marcus Morris.
Great.
Does this help or hurt?
Helps. Good player.
Ball stopper, though.
Isaiah Thomas, they released him immediately.
Yeah, they didn't need him. But Morris, ball stopper. Paul George, ball stopper. Kawhi Leonard, ball stopper. Who's making the movement here? I don't know if it helps. He's a good player. I don't know if it helps.
He gives him depth. He always wants extra big man.
Drummond went to Cleveland. Nobody cares, right?
Andre Drummond. Yeah, very interesting. I mean, what are the
I just think
trying to do?
Maybe they're trying to just sell any seats.
Maybe they want him so they can get rid of Love.
Who else did we get? Iguodala to the Heat.
Yeah, so that was interesting because Iguodala made it clear he did not want any part of the Memphis. Did you see what happened when they traded him?
Yeah,
the guys were tweeting out.
Before they traded him, he was asking for a trade, and guys were mad about it.
Yeah, they're tweeting saying, "Hey, you don't want to be here. We don't want you here." Even Ja was on it.
That's fine. I'm with him. I'm with everybody on that. I think the Heat's an interesting fit for him. I don't think it's a team that's supposed to win. I think he's a really good piece to add to.
The Heat seem to just have like tough guys, like Jimmy Butler, just guys that are gonna play tough defense, rough you up a little bit.
I like White Chocolate.
Jay Crowder's a good player. He's another good defensive player they got there. Grizzlies, I like that they got Justice Winslow. They got
younger. They're building a team around Ja. It's fun. This is a good trade. Everybody wins.
It is.
I hope Miami goes deep.
Grizzlies out of nowhere in 8th place right now. Season ends today. They're a playoff team.
Wizards a game behind them, right? Wizards ain't done yet.
Well, opposite. That's East and West.
Who did I screw up then? Who are the Wizards a game behind? NBA standings. You got it up right there. Magic. Sorry, they're a 9th.
They're 3 games behind. For the Wizards' record right now is 18-33. The fact that they're in striking distance of a playoff spot is embarrassing.
Yeah, not good for the East there. And Capella went to the Hawks. Does that help anybody really?
Maybe the Cavs at 13-40, still within striking distance of the playoffs. They get Andre Drummond.
I don't get some
push.
I just don't understand why the Hawks trade for Capella now. Enlighten us. If anyone's out there and they know why some of these trades make sense to people, I don't get them.
Well, it ruined my Maryland thing I had going on with the Hawks. They had Alex Len, Bruno Fernando, and Kevin Huerter.
Yeah.
Because Capella's there, they don't need Len anymore. They ship Len off. Bruno Fernando is still going to get minutes.
It's all trade bait to move up and get sticks. They're not going to have to move up.
Sticks, incredible. Maryland, number 9 team in the nation.
That's good.
They win a ranked game last week. They moved to number 9. They stay put.
Who they beat?
Illinois.
Illinois.
First place in the Big Ten.
UMass got big revenge this weekend over George Mason. Took him down hard. Big tree fall hard. Yeah, UMass took it to him. Young Trey Mitchell, unstoppable.
Got to come in here. Besides the Bucks, who is the team to beat in the East? Who you got?
I'm going the Heat are rising. The Heat's rising. It's coming to the ceiling. It's getting hot in here.
Heat are good, 34-18.
You can't expect the 76ers not to turn it on a little bit.
See, that's the thing. The 76ers, in your head, everybody says 76ers got to be like it's one of the top teams. They're not. They're 33-21. They're 5th place.
Doesn't Embiid play like every 5th game in the playoffs he's supposed to play?
The 76ers, they need shooters. They don't have any shooters. They got too many people.
I don't trust the
paint.
Celtics. I think the Raptors are sneaky.
I think the Raptors are good.
I think we don't watch the Raptors, and that's why we don't know that they're good, but they're good.
Every year, the Raptors are typically first place, and then they choke in the playoffs. They get Kawhi last year. They win it all.
Who's your team in the East with the Bucks right now?
With the Bucks?
Yeah.
Oh, the Bucks.
With the Bucks is second.
Oh, Raptors.
I'm going Heat.
Okay.
Heat's a rising. Keep on rising.
I will go out on a limb and say the Wizards do not make the playoffs.
Good. Yeah. Way to go on a limb there, Will. I think you're safe on
Only a couple games back.
Yeah. Well, I think your limb is as steady as a sturdy chain bridge.
If they win 25 games their next 40.
See the Beal buzzer beater this weekend, though? That was fun.
Yeah, that's good.
Did you see Dame get ripped off on the goaltending by Gobert?
I did.
What do you think about that? Are there any referees listening that want to comment on the Gobert goaltending? What do we find the referees for this?
Well, he admitted. He said it was a joke. He said, of course, that was goaltending.
Who did?
Gobert in the post game.
Oh yeah, it was really bad.
It's obvious.
It was really bad goaltending. Dame was not happy.
So what do you think about that in general? So obviously Damian Lillard goes off on the referees. He's furious. Do you think they have the right to just get in the referee's face and kind of?
No one has a right to get in your face.
But
there's a right to be angry.
Fining? Was there any
for Dame?
Yeah,
I think they said they're not going to fine him.
So if you admit that it's a bad call, take that away. It's still, unsportsmanlike conduct, disrespect on the player to a referee. I think
disrespect from the player to the referee, but I don't think he actually got in his face. I think they did a good job of holding him back. I think they did a good job of holding him. I think that the egregiousness of the call adds into the factor of whether you're allowed to complain or not. I think it was that egregious. You're allowed to complain. I don't think you should go yell in his face, but I think it was all handled well. I think that's. It sucks that they're fighting for a playoff spot.
Yeah, they'll make it. They're turning around. They had an awful start. They're in 9th right now.
You're going to have to knock off your Grizzlies, man.
No, I like the Grizzlies. Mavericks, Luka hasn't played in a while. They're still hanging in there.
Dude, they'll be good.
Thunder surprisingly doing well.
Yeah, they'll fall off. They're going to be the team that falls out.
Just got the Spurs in there, too.
Rockets are going to fall, too. Dude, Rockets are tanking right now.
Can the Pelicans with Zion now move up a little bit?
I don't think so. Too far.
Jazz are still,
Clippers are still good.
Go to the best trade of all of them. The D'Angelo Russell.
How do we miss that?
Aaron Wiggins.
Right. So Warriors traded Russell. It's basically Russell for Wiggins, right? There we go. D'Angelo Russell, Jacob Evans, and Omari Spellman for Wiggins, a top 3 protected first-round pick, and a second-round pick.
So top 3 protected means that if it is a top 3 pick, the Golden State Warriors do not get it. The Timberwolves still get it.
Yes.
Okay. So what are your thoughts?
I think it's good for the Warriors. I think Wiggins fits with these. I think Wiggins is not great right now, but I think he fits better as a role guy than Russell will. And a first-round pick, I think it's all good. I think the Warriors had a 50-game tryout for Russell, and I think he did not fit. I think they asked Thompson and Curry, like, what do you think? And they were like, we'd rather have Andrew Wiggins.
All right, so let me tell you about the Warriors. They just became contenders next year. My team to win it all next year.
For sure.
They got Steph Curry coming back, right? Klay Thompson coming back. Draymond Green. Now they got Aaron Wiggins. And, they're on pace to get the number 1 overall pick next year.
Who's going to be?
Probably Wiseman, right?
I don't know right now.
But, I mean, think about it. Even if they don't I mean, who's that guy?
We've got comments
from
now
Dayton.
from it seems like from an old colleague of Will saying
Who's it? Obi Toppin.
he personally has seen Will get in a lot of refs' faces. You gotta dish out your medicine. You gotta drink
That's
it
what
too.
I'm saying. You know,
You gotta dish out your
learn by
medicine.
example. It doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
If you reflect on that, it's not good.
Obi Toppin shouldn't be first overall.
No. But if they get a top pick from,
Man, he'd be such a good role player on this team. We've got other comments coming in. Warranted for the ref stuff, and they admitted to it. And Sixers most shopped Simmons.
see, I keep hearing about this too. A lot of people don't like. They think that if you keep Ben Simmons and Embiid together, they'll never win it all.
Doesn't kind of make. They don't seem to be good fits for each other.
It's management. You get two great players. I think Ben Simmons is a top 10 player in the league.
Okay.
I think he's vastly underrated. Everybody says he can't shoot threes, so he's not a good player. That's ridiculous.
Okay, I'm with you.
But I also think Embiid is a top player as well. But the reason that they can't space out the floor is because they don't have any shooters. Last year they had J.J. Redick.
Yeah, they're running into each other because they both do the same thing.
And now you got Horford in there. So you got three guys kind of clogging up the paint. And your best shooters are Tobias Harris and that Josh Johnson. You need shooters.
It almost would have been better to trade Embiid and play Horford with Simmons, and then you get another superstar wing for Embiid.
Just get two shooters on the court, and that team can win it all.
Okay.
Kirk Heinrich still available?
Gotta be, right? Jason Williams?
Yeah.
Predictions as of now, who are your contenders, meaning your top four likely to win it?
Overall or East-West? What are we doing?
Two from each.
So I will go Lakers and Clippers.
I'm going Lakers and Clippers.
And then in the East, I'll going chalk, Bucks and Raptors.
I'm going Heat and Bucks.
You're high on the Heat.
I don't know. That's Heat's a rising. The bad moon's a rising. The Heat's a rising.
If you didn't have that kind of play on words there, would you still like the Heat?
No. Well, maybe. I don't know, but it feels good to say the Heat's a rising.
76ers, I think a team everybody wants to see succeed.
Why?
They need shooters.
YJ does. Philly could use some love.
Their offense just goes stagnant.
Okay. NFL's over, but XFL is here. Do you care?
Well, I know you do.
How do you know I do?
You talk about it all the time.
I talked about it before it happened. Now the weekend happened. I can tell you how I felt about it. How do you feel about it? Do you care?
I didn't watch a single. I saw some highlights from the DC Defenders.
Mhm.
I saw scores.
Mhm.
I was expecting much higher scoring games.
Mhm.
So I was a little bit disappointed in the total score of games.
No, you get some defense. There's nothing wrong with that.
There is if it's a game about fan fest. I don't want to see any defense. You kidding me?
Are the Defenders DC's team now?
No.
Who is it?
If you're the DC Defenders are in the same class as the DC Breeze, I would say.
Who's the DC Breeze?
Exactly. The Ultimate Frisbee team. Professional Ultimate Frisbee team.
Gotcha. Who's DC's team then?
DC's team, I would say, is the Redskins still.
Not for long.
Because of the Defenders?
Dude, Cardale Jones, he's coming. He's throwing it down the pike.
So maybe Jones, I do like the fact that XFL, you could have a good player get seen. Maybe he becomes an NFL player. I think that's going to happen more often than we think.
He's been an NFL player. He's an XFL player now. I think he's an
because he
XFL.
can't get into the NFL anymore.
No, he wants to be in the XFL. This is where he wants to be.
That is
He's
absurd.
always loved DC, and he wanted to play for the Defenders since he was a little kid. He wrote it in posts as in Twitter as a child. I want to grow up to be the DC Defenders quarterback, Cardale Jones. Quoted.
Yeah.
1992.
There's just not enough talent in the XFL to really get me excited.
Donnell Pumphrey? Come on.
Yeah. What was he? UNLV guy? San Diego State.
Nailed it. See? You do
Which
know
one?
the talent. San Diego State.
Yeah. It's a good running back.
Yeah, right before Penny. He was there before Penny.
You know who's better than
You know who led the XFL? I had to close the XFL thing because it was making funny noises on the podcast. You know who led the XFL in rushing this week?
you know?
Matt Jones, former NFL Redskin,
Yeah.
University of Florida. 85 yards.
85 yards, led the league in rushing this week.
Yep, that's right.
That's not good.
It's a passing league. What do you want?
It's a passing league and you're not scoring.
They're scoring.
There was a game that was like 19-6
That happens all the time.
in real football.
This is real
No,
football.
it's not. It's designed for the fan to get excited. I want to be able to see. I want bets of like, is this guy going to have 6 touchdowns? Over under 6 touchdowns should be the best.
They've only been playing for 1 week. Got to give them time to put it. You know how much they scored in the first.
I want to see a ton
game
of offense, and I want to see if they're not getting offense. I want to see people just get demolished. I say no pads. XFL, no pads.
No pads isn't what you think it is. It makes it into a contact sport instead of a collision sport. It's not what people are tuning in for. So I'm going to take it you don't care.
Not yet.
Not yet.
There's reason to believe it could be good.
There was a tight end, and again, we got slow computers here, but the tight end had a one-handed catch down the middle of the field. Fairly pretty. I'll tell you, compared to the first time the XFL came out, we saw properly executed football. We saw offense. We saw defense. We saw football. The first time the XFL came around, we saw fumbles. We saw people not knowing their offenses. Whatever they did it right this time. I know you're not excited yet, but football's here to stay. I'm rooting for the XFL to do something. Something.
I think there's a thing is too much football.
What's that like?
This. I'm getting pumped up for college basketball, getting geared into baseball. I want to know everybody on the spring training rosters. I want to see who's going to make the teams, who's not, who can be traded, all this stuff. I feel like football is back on my mind now. I need some time to process the Ravens getting bumped in the first round. I need Lamar to just keep practicing on the side. I'm not ready for the XFL yet. It's too much.
No, more.
XFL is like the 3-on-3 basketball tournament that they did. If like nothing else is on, I guess you'll tune in.
That's what happened to me yesterday. Saturday, I couldn't watch the DC game because I had to go to we saw some live theater. It was fantastic. But
you chose live theater over XFL.
When you got tickets, it's not like you can say no to tickets. Somebody paid money, you got the ticket. If I had XFL tickets, I would have gone to the XFL.
Okay.
But Sunday, yeah, I wanted to watch the UMass George Mason basketball game, but you can't find that anywhere. So I tuned in the XFL.
You got to go to the game. You went to the last one.
Yeah, but this one was in Massachusetts.
You said you got the revenge.
Revenge game, yeah.
Okay.
Revenge.
Big game tonight. College basketball. Duke, Florida State.
Duke, Florida State.
7 and 8. I don't know. Did you see the Duke UNC game at all?
I saw that was a big deal, but I didn't watch it.
So UNC is not very good this year. Duke, very good.
Mm-hmm.
So they're playing in at UNC, and Duke is down, and so they're down 3. So the guy gets fouled. He makes the first free throw to make it a 2. Purposely misses, gets his own rebound, hits a shot. The buzzer, we're going overtime. Incredible. In overtime, same thing. The same guy's on the line at the end of the game with 6 seconds left. He's tied, so he's shooting 1 to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Misses. He gets his own rebound, shoots it, air ball. Duke guy comes in, lays it in. Lays in the air ball at the buzzer. Duke wins.
Get it done.
The officiating was horrible. UNC inbounds it towards the end of the game. Duke player literally just shoves him out of bounds. They end up calling it out of bounds Duke basketball. No foul, out of bounds off UNC.
Yeah, I can't look up any XFL stats. We're just getting weird sounds with that. That's a very exciting basketball game, though, Will.
But that's going to lead to a letdown tonight. I think Florida State maybe takes it to them in the beginning, but Duke will pull it out.
On February 10th, are you getting any March tingling yet? And do you have any feelings or madness premonitions that you have to state yet? Or you'll hold your peace?
What was the question, sir?
Just on February 10th, 2020, do you have any March tingling yet? Or do you have to,
Oh, yeah.
What do you feel? What's going on? What's turning in the gears of your head? What's madness look like right now?
So right now, what you should be checking out is ESPN always does this kind of like bubble watch. So you look at teams that are locks, teams that should be in, teams that have work left to do. You can even go, when you go to scores on there, you can see like a tournament, like teams that are on the bubble.
Why don't you give us one of your favorites of each? Is that putting you on the spot too much? Who's your favorite lock? Who's your favorite bubble? Who's your favorite team to watch?
I watch so much Big Ten basketball right now.
Sure.
So my lock is Maryland.
Yep.
Right?
Who's your bubble?
Bubble team, I'm going to go Virginia with this one, actually. ACC team. Okay. They're not – it's tough. They're not projected to be in the tournament right now. They're right on that bubble.
Mm-hmm.
I think there still could be a good team. And then the team to watch that's kind of slipping is Michigan State. They're just tanking. They're preseason. I think they were Number 3, maybe?
Saving their energy.
This week, they finally got knocked out of the top 25.
Don't peak too soon. That's what I always say.
Maryland has to go to Michigan State later this week. It's going to be a tough one. I actually think Michigan State's probably going to beat Maryland.
They're going to start to peak.
Yeah, I think they're going to turn around. Cassius Winston might be the best point guard in the nation.
I think he is. Okay, that's sports.
Team that won't get in UMass. We also got a comment that says enough with UMass.
No, come on. Bubble, Rhode Island, I like that. Fats Russell, dude, this guy can play.
Yeah.
And you can't beat the name, Fats Russell.
Maryland destroyed him.
It's Maryland.
Okay. Fats Russell did score 20-some points on us. So.
I believe it. Trey Mitchell for UMass put up 30 on URI, I think. I think he put up 30 on URI on Rhode Island last week. Yeah, more UMass to come. And Maryland.
Yes. All right, so send us your questions, willmarkshso@gmail.com. Join the Facebook group, Instagram,
and we're going to
Twitter.
have some guests coming on soon, potentially someone to talk about some dry needling.
Yeah, we had some dry needling questions. So rather than us answer it, let's get a...
We're gonna bring in someone to talk some more dry needling with you guys. All right. Over and out. Have a good evening.